our sound.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in high levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you'll surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
gave you the other pen, I like it, but then we went to 80 pages and halfway through, so I took a photo and she said, and she goes, oh, she took this interest. I said, wow. So I took a photo and sent it to her. I said, oh, so maybe you'll jump in the It's hard because I'd rather not, because then I'll feel like I owe
I know. I know it's close by. You see it. Oh, yeah.
He's the same.
Nothing.
Welcome all back to the RA NPLSA for some round 13 football action here at Jack Smith Park between the home team West Torrens Birkalla and their opponents, the reigning champions Croydon FC. We'll go through the starting lineups as they come through on screen. Starting with the away side, Croydon FC in goals. Number 1, Daniel Margouche. Number 4, Thomas Mastrantuoni. Number 5, Lucas Klimek. Number 7, Pastor John. Number 8, Adam Martinello. Number 12, Luca Trimboli. Number 14, Ned Stiles. Number 17, Yuya Kato. Number 20, Alexander Good. Number 22, Bol Mapor. And number 23, Freddie Muller. With the home side making a couple of changes in tonight's clash. Starting with number 4, Kane Vidmar. Number 6, Ryan Yates. Number 7, Tyrese Conway. Number 8, George Blackwood. Number 10, Dylan Klassen Thomas. Number 11, Zakaria Abdullahi. Number 16, Alex Sakonis. Number 18, Yohei Matsumoto. Number 20, Nicholas Harpus. Number 22, Alan Welsh. And number 23, Chris Christophilos. Before we go through those lineups, we'll get joined by our co-commentator for tonight, Andoni Natsiopoulos. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Alessio, how are you?
Good. Not as cold as I was last week, and I think the pitch is a little drier as well. But yeah, a great clash here ahead of us. In form, top of the table, West Torrens Birkalla against the team regaining their form every second week, it seems, for Croydon. Win in the last couple games. But Birkalla are definitely a tough opponent here in their home pitch. What are you expecting of tonight's game?
I don't know. I think if Croydon turn up, they can really cause quite a stir to Birkalla's game. But obviously, Birkalla at home are very strong. I don't think they've lost the game yet at home, so it'll be an interesting one. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, a couple of changes in tonight's lineup for West Torrens Birkalla. After their starring performances off the bench, Zakaria Abdullahi starts here for Birkalla tonight on the wing, as well as Chris Christophilos gets a go at left fullback. And Ryan Yates comes into the middle of the park looking like Alan Welsh. Goes back to centre-back for Croydon. An unchanged starting 11 from last week in their 5-1 trouncing of Para Hills. The exact same starting lineup start there with a couple of changes to both sides on the bench. Referee's just about to get us underway. Decent crowd here as well. And Donny, they're just forming ahead of us here. We just had a bit of a chat there with the president of Birkalla, Amin Ayubi.
Yeah, I think he's giving me a bit of stick. He doesn't want me to say anything bad on the video, which is understandable, but I thought he would have had his own corporate box here.
It is.
Apparently it is.
You see the game get underway, of course. Both these sides have already played. This is the second half fixtures of the season. That first outing against Croydon was a 4-2 win for the reigning champions, Croydon. And it seems over the last couple of games especially, they've been a bit of a bogey side for Birkalla. In the last 17 games, only 3 wins for Birkalla between these two sides. You see Harper slip as he tries to go forward, and Muller has to deal with Klassen Thomas. So Abdullahi assumes his role on the left side of the wing, as he finished that game last week in superb fashion. 2 goals past the 90th minute, as well as an assist. So I had a chat to him after and said, after that, you've got to be knocking on the door for a start from the coach. And he was very humble and said, if I don't start next week, I know what I got to do, and I just got to do that again. So it's good to see that from youngsters, and it's always hard to find their way into the team as well, Anthony.
Yeah, I know, I actually know him personally. We went to the same primary school together, so he's always been a very humble kid, and it's good to see that he got 2 goals last week, and now Stav's giving him another start, and hopefully he can get another 2 for Birkalla tonight.
As you see, Cato, one of the star performers for Croydon this season, their top scorer with 9 goals in all competitions, only 5 in the league, and he had a fortunate outing in the cup a few times. It's the first ball in, dealt with there by Matsumoto, but you can see the change in the lineup is Jared Clark, one of the outs for Birkalla on international duty. It's been replaced by Alan Welsh, who's gone into the centre-back.
Yeah, it's a great centre-back option to have with Alan Welsh there, but I was excited to commentate this one with my good mate Jared Clark, but he's unfortunately not playing, but I still consider it the Jared Clark derby. That was your words, not mine, so I won't take the credit for it.
Yeah, of course, started his career at Croydon in the NPL here, senior football-wise, but also played, of course, at FK Beograd, and now is at Birkalla. Had a great, strong partnership at the back with Kane Vidmar. Haven't conceded too many goals, the pairing in that back four this season. Of course, 2 changes tonight with Anianto as well making the bench. Of course, Christophilos is a long-time favourite of Stav Galekis, and he's joined him here at Birkalla this season, and the last couple of seasons actually, and he's been a star performer, and he's also had some good performances off the bench to deserve a start. You see the press here for Birkalla, maybe a different shape they've gone into to start this game. I had them down as a 4-2-3-1 type of team, but with their press it looks like Klassen Thomas and Conway both pressing the full-backs, but at the start of this game it looks like Klassen Thomas is back to his usual role on the wing. You see Blackwood here find Abdullahi with some space, taking on Passia John. Abdullahi looks to dink it in the box, and was pulled back a little bit there, Tyrese Conway, but that's some good defending.
That was a very good cross into the box, very dangerous. And, if someone was on the end of that, it caused a bit of problems for Margush, but lucky no one was on the end of it. So it was a good start for Birkalla.
Vidmar and Cato working it out. That's a very strong pass to Passia John to deal with, but the thing I noticed as well, Margush sporting the navy blue socks. He had to obviously swap playing against an all-yellow team, but I'm surprised he was allowed the yellow kit against a predominantly yellow Birkalla one.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The refs have their ways, and yeah, that's maybe one of them. I'm not sure what the goal is there, but yeah, it is quite strange considering Birkalla are in yellow.
Here's Abdullahi Christophilos, so it's a new left side. That's a loose pass, finds Luca Trimboli. Cato looking for John, and he redeems himself there, Christophilos. Yates, and he just clears into the pressure. But a whole new left side for Birkalla this week. Maybe that was one of the things that Stav Galekis noticed from last week. Poor first half start led them to going 1-0 down and getting peppered, I'd say, their defence in that first half. Lucky to only be 1. But in the second half, they really proved how attacking their lineup is. Even young Brody Everett getting his first league goal.
Yeah, they've got a lot of young players that they can throw in that can cause a lot of damage, like Brody Everett, and I think one of them is actually starting tonight, Alex, in the middle. So they've got a very good team, and yeah, like when things aren't going their way, like what happened last week, they can just change things up and get a 4-1 win at the end of the day.
Yeah, 4 goals in the second half. You've got to love that as a coach. I mean, they came a bit later than he probably would have wanted or expected, but in any case, just going for it home. That's a great ball from Vidmar. Looking for Abdullahi. Beats Mapur to the ball. Abdullahi trips in the box at the most unopportune moment. He was just about to have a strike there and just slipped over his feet, but a big chance there for Birkalla early in this clash, courtesy of a Vidmar through ball. Klassen Thomas now looking to the far post. Conway gets the header. He doesn't get the power though. But again, knocking on the door, Birkalla. Looking to start this first half better than last week, that's for sure. It's a good win in the middle of the park. Klassen Thomas looks for the bounce behind Abdullahi, and it's Muller now who will come away with it. Revelation this season, Freddie Muller coming across Adelaide City in the off-season. I knew him more as a fullback, but at the moment he's holding his place in the centre of defence next to Bol Mapur. And of course, after a convincing win last week, coach Theo Tsunis has changed his lineup, kept the exact same starting 11 that had a great outing last week. But it's interesting to note, a lot of their goals actually came off the bench, with Oscar Slattery and Nathan Awan both scoring as soon as coming on, and maybe specifically Slattery would be hard done by not starting tonight, but he's got a long game ahead of him to try and make an impact.
Yeah, I think even though both teams both play on unofficial pitches, I think they'll both be feeling. I think Birkalla's is one of the most worn out artificials. It's very hard on his knees. So yeah, the players will definitely be feeling it, and the bench will be needed, I would say. Yeah,
walking around Daniel Margush's warm-up before the game, he was saying, how do people play on this? It's a basketball court. It's like I'm playing on one of those artificial tennis courts, so the ball doesn't bounce. And I was just laughing to myself. I don't think he noticed me there, but yeah, I played on it myself, and it's very, very hard. I mean, it's got no depth to it, and then it's got no rubber on it as well. So definitely one tough to play on, but it's good for some quick football if you can make it work. Here's Croydon now finding Good on the far left. Does he look to shape across? It's low. Trimboli trying to get the touch away, and both players fall down. And finally, Birkalla can clear Klassen Thomas under the pressure of Mastran Tuoni. Spins in with ease and finds the switch. They've got a spare man on the left side. Blackwood does find him in Abdullahi. 1v1 here against Klimek. Drives inside. Can't find an option, getting outnumbered as well. Yates. Sakonis and Conway. Definitely impressed me a lot, young Alex Sakonis last week. He was actually my man of the match in the game. First time I've seen him. And break here. Conway looks like he had a cross in. It's behind Blackwood. There's another chance goes begging for Birkalla, but they're really knocking on the door, and it's only counter-attacks that Croydon can withstand at the moment.
It's been a pretty open game at the moment. Even Croydon up there with the cross from Good. Yeah, very open game so far, but I think both two very attacking teams just going at it. You can see that quite early on.
Yeah, definitely a different setup from Croydon, the away team tonight, as Comets were last week. They were very happy without the ball, Comets, sitting in their compact 4-4-2, and they didn't need the ball, they just needed a couple of counters. But for Croydon, they want to stay on the ball just as much as the home team here, and you can see that by the movement and the ball speed, and you can see the players on the ball as well. Martinello now dropping in at right fullback for Klimek, so they're definitely not happy with not keeping it and looking to press as well. Here's Passia John. Good spin in the middle of the park. Styles takes it past one. Has the strike, it's deflected. Alex Good now. This is also deflected. There'll be a far throw-in on the far side for Croydon.
Very good opening 10 minutes, I would say. That's it.
Yeah, very, very good start. Definitely a very even start as well. Both teams definitely trying to get on the ball and trying to implement their game plan too.
My mum's just messaged me saying she can hardly hear me on the mic, so hopefully this is better.
Hopefully that's a bit louder for those back at home as well. And luckily, just got told that as the wind picks up and is going to take over a lot of the volume as well, as Sakonis is fouled in the middle of the park. See a free kick taken by Yates, of course, come back into the lineup tonight. Wasn't sure if it was an injury or suspension last week that led him to be outside of the starting lineup, but Sakonis deputised expertly well in the middle of the park, and he obviously kept his place too, and they had to shuffle things. Luckily, with Clark's absence, they could fit them all in, but a lot of pressure in the middle. Here's Sakonis again. Finds Abdullahi. A left-footed cross this time. Top of the box. Klassen Thomas is free. Takes the strike with his left, but it's cleared by Mapur. Now Christophilos and Sakonis will recycle it. So another good chance there. Failed to be cleared by Croydon. Here's Abdullahi again. Onto his right for the cross and deflected out. His touch evades him on that occasion. And it's a goal kick, but more pressure from Birkalla here. And the chances are mounting.
Yeah, I think this one definitely won't end 0-0 or less. So hopefully
Don't
we're
curse
in
us,
for a few goals.
And of course there is some games going on around the grounds as well. In the NPL, Adelaide City versus Sturt Lions, 2-0 up the home team. Goals by Dominic Costanzo and Asad Kasumovic have led them into a 2-0 lead with minutes to go to the half-time whistle. Elsewhere in State League 1, there's also games going on with Easton and the Cove. We'll give you updates as they come through as well.
Just on the topic of State League, how close is that table? I think it's 3 points within first and seventh, which is absolutely outrageous.
Very crazy. Yeah, there are two games going on: Modbury and Fulham 0-0, Easton and Cove 0-0 as well. But it's definitely one of the most fun leagues, the Chaos League. I mean, there's usually not that much gap between anyone until the last couple of weeks. And as you know as well, playing in that league in the past, it's hard to get out of, and you don't want to be in there for too long because every year it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I think even when we were in the State League, which was last in 2021, I thought it was incredibly hard then, and now it's a whole different ball game. It's just every team's just as competitive as each other, and you just don't know who's going to go up, who's going to go down. It's actually really entertaining to watch. So it's a bit like the championship in England, but not really in the sense.
Yeah,
not that level.
I wish there was more games like that as well here. I mean, we had Dom Costanzo on our podcast this week. He played in New South Wales where they had 30 league games in a season. No finals, which is a bit annoying, but as a player, I mean, it takes that long to get to 100 games nowadays. I mean, if you had a lot more league games, you'd get a lot more milestones, and a lot more experience as well for young players to play many games throughout the year. I mean, compare us to some other states in our country as well as some other countries where after 2 seasons we don't even play 50 games, but over there you can play that in one.
I think you are absolutely spot on there, Alessio.
Another break here for Abdullahi. Out of position is the right fullback, Klimek, and Yates is trying to take advantage of that. Puts it in behind two. Lets it bounce to Abdullahi. Christophilos on his right. It's a good ball. One in the air by Freddie Muller. Now a battle on the halfway line between Vidmar and Trimboli. Trimboli comes away with it, and his pass is just behind Cato. It's a 5v3 in Birkalla's favour here. Yet they find the free man. Alex Good has the strike. It's deflected, and thought it might have been a high boot there, but the ref played play on, and there was a chance there for Croydon.
Yeah, Croydon are very dangerous on the counter-attack. Always have been. But, yeah, they're very dangerous, and they've got very good attacking players. So, yeah, like I said before, it definitely won't end 0-0. Just waiting for that first goal.
Yeah, one of the bogey teams, as I said, Croydon for Birkalla in the last couple of games. They played each other 4 times last year, and the only time Birkalla won was in the Cup. Otherwise, the last 4 occasions, including the one this year, have all been Croydon wins. So, interesting stats there between the two, but at home here, Birkalla have tasted all 3 of their last wins against Croydon since 2014. Be a corner on the far side for the away side. Far post. Taking no danger there was Blackwood. Didn't hear a call, so we had to nod it past for another one on the near side now. It looks like it'll be Trimboli to take.
Alessio, I might have got a notification on my phone. Croydon 1-0 goal.
I wish we were that close, and some people here maybe could listen to us while they're here live, like the old footy days, but looks like it was defended well by Birkalla. Trimboli's low cross, headed by Vidmar and by Conway. Vidmar tries to clear with his left boot, but his pass was poor. And Laporte keeps it under his control and back to his goalkeeper now. So Croydon this year, they've had a bit of a slow start to the league season. The last couple of weeks they've picked up some wins against Sturt Lions, Para Hills and Campbelltown. But maybe for a reigning champion, you'd expect a little bit more from them this season, Donny.
Yeah, I think, like I said, well, during the two teams when they're walking out, I think on their day, they're unpredictable, and when they're not on their day, it could all collapse for them. But I think overall they've got a very talented squad on paper, and right now they're playing a very solid team, I would say. But yeah, for a reigning champion, I was tipping them to be at least top 4, but that's all right. There's still 11 games left, so they can probably turn it around.
Yeah, you look at the side that's on the park at the moment as well, and probably about 10 out of the 11 started the grand final or started during the season as well for Croydon, with the only difference being Freddie Muller and Thomas Mastrantuoni. But otherwise, it's a relatively similar lineup to what they had last year, with maybe only the bench changing. With maybe they had some more experience off the bench last year, and they just put a great run together when it mattered in September, and that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. I think maybe Andre Carl was up top. I think number 17, Yaya Kudo, I think, was maybe not.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's at West Adelaide.
Yeah.
But besides that, yeah, it's pretty much the same lineup.
Great throw to put into the box under the goalkeeper, and he just about saves it. Goalkeeper of the year, reigning Daniel Margouche, just about keeps out George Blackwood, the second top scorer in the league. It was a great early throw in there, taking the left back by surprise, and it was Klassen Thomas who was in behind there and put the ball across for Blackwood. But one of the star performers this year, George Blackwood, scored his 10th league goal last week. There's another chance for Luca Trimboli to get in, and Croydon really putting a good showing of themselves up here against the league leaders. Styles with the ball, out by Welsh, now Blackwood. Matsumoto, that's too far ahead of Sakonis. Passia John looking to shoot. He does have the strike, it's low. And easily cleared by Welsh. Now Abdullahi does well. Not a lot on here for Christophilos. Good movement. Blackwood, Abdullahi finds its way to Conway, who spins into the danger, and Mapore is there. Another team of the year player there, Bo Mapore.
What a player he is. He is an animal back there, an absolute beast. He absolutely deserves to be in the team of the year.
Good bit of speed there from Abdullahi, but his touch is too heavy. Definitely hard for centre-backs this year to make that team of the year. There's been a lot of great defences across the league. That being one of them, Kane Vidmar. Sakonis comes away with it. Got 3 men on the left here. Abdullahi does well. He keeps it in. Goes 1v1 against Klimek. Early cross. Blackwood wins the first contact, and his strike on the left just evades that top left. But another great move for Birkalla, and that striker, George Blackwood, just gets better and better every week.
Yeah, he's looking more and more dangerous. I think everyone was off their seats here at Birkalla, besides Amin. So I'm not sure why, but I would have thought he would have been more excited about that. I'm getting ready to cop it now.
Another good chance for Birkalla, but the pressure is mounting for Croydon. As we said, a couple of team of the year players in their back line, and of course one of the legends of the league, Klimek, as well. So they're no mean feat to beat in behind. Here's Kato looking to with an early cross. Christophilos in the way, as is Welsh. Styles back out to Trimboli, looking to shape it onto his right foot. It's a decent ball to the far post. Passia John's there with the header, and Sakonis is there to clean up. Mastrantuoni into Styles. my co-host last week, Theo Milonis, he let me know that there was a bit of a trend between a lot of late goals here at Jack Smith Park, especially for the home team, Birkalla. I think they scored almost more than half of their goals past the 75th minute this season. And especially here at Jack Smith Park, they just seem to be getting later and later. A 90th plus 8 last week they scored. So they must give their coach a heart attack in the first half. And then late in the game, they relieve him just about when he's about to head home.
Yeah, they scored a last-minute winner against us, Campbelltown. I think of maybe one or two others. But, yeah, Stav certainly does get a heart attack. Even more so when he doesn't get his frappe at Diaspora Cuisine on time either. So, yeah, he feels it. He feels it when they're losing or they're drawing in the late stages of the game.
Good turn there by Styles. But his pass shows too much of it to Matsumoto. And he finds Klassen Thomas looking down the right to make a break. About the halfway stage of the first half now. It's been a definitely different clash for myself being here 2 weeks in a row. Definitely more of attacking and open game. Here's Abdullahi with a lot of free space on the left. Puts a low cross ahead of the goalkeeper, and that time it was Conway who couldn't get the final touch. But they're pushing closer and closer, and one more contact and they'd find that back of the net.
Yeah, they look very dangerous when they're going forward. They look like almost every time they're going up, they're going to score, which is very encouraging. That's what you want during the games. So I think it's coming for either or for both teams, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's one of those games that a goal would kick the other team into gear and they're probably going to equalise it very quickly. But for Birkalla at the moment, they're the ones leading this game so far in terms of chances, and obviously a foul in the box. I think that was on Yuya Kato. But as we said at the start, Birkalla are a team with a lot of attacking threats across the park. I think Croydon are very similar, and they were the same last year. Not many goals between one person. It was very split between a few, and the same is to say for this season with Kato, Luca Trimboli and Oliver Trimboli leading their league scoring charts, with Passia John in behind as well. And that's not counting cup goals as well, where fortunately they had a State League 2 opponent in the first game, so they had a lot of goal scorers in that. But at the moment, Yuya Kato 9 goals in all competitions, and Luca Trimboli and Oliver Trimboli with 5 each.
Yeah, there's 3 very good attacking options to have. Very good, and Ollie being on the bench tonight, it's a very good player they can bring on.
Pass behind Sakonis there by Blackwood, and retained possession. But as you said, yeah, both teams with a lot of attackers on the bench that will probably do well at other teams too, and they have in the past as well. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes. That's a touch into the favour of the Croydon attacker there. Trimboli will keep it alive on the near side. Looks for a ball, far post. Matsumoto's got to watch out because Good was coming there ahead of him, but the skid off the surface has allowed it just to be a goal kick.
It's a good run from Good. Sorry, Les.
A great run from him.
Yeah, maybe a great run.
Yeah, another player who's worked his way into the lineup. Was a super sub last year, scoring some very important goals, and was one of the last throws of the dice often. This year he's worked his way into the starting 11. And even after last week not scoring, he still retains that spot, so he's got his coach's confidence. And as you said, with a couple of the departing players from last year, he took his chance and looked like he's staking a claim for that starting 11 spot.
Yeah, he's a very good young player. He was actually with us the year before in 2024, and I can't remember if he actually made his debut or not with us, but he was very close, and he probably should have at the end of the day. So no, I'm glad he's getting his turn here, and he's got an NPL championship, so can't complain too much.
Exactly. Just ahead of Klimek there, but a lot of chances for some of the Croydon players as well. Another one to talk about, Thomas Mastran-Tuoni. He's been here a couple of seasons now, but this year he's played more first-team football than he ever has before. previously on the books of Campbelltown City as well in their 18s and reserves. Klimek trying to put a pass forward, but another player who's taken the spot at the moment of James Polly, one of their star players from last season. Got a lot of assists at left fullback, but must have had an injury. He wasn't in the squad at all last week, James Polly, and haven't seen him often too many times this season, so must be just returning from that tonight as he makes his way onto the bench. But the youngster's always waiting in the wings, and at this moment it's Masran Tuoni. Pushing the back maybe there on Yates. Martinello will keep it alive. Here's Masran Tuoni trying to find Good, but that's too far ahead of him. Better touch. Klassen Thomas gets a strong challenge in the middle of the park. Styles, another player who's really taken responsibility this season, scored his first 2 career senior goals in the last couple of weeks, one against Sturt and one against Campbelltown a couple of weeks before that as well. And he makes sure to let the commentators know, I want to be called Ned, not Edward. So if he is ever on the ball and ever scores a goal, I've got to remember that back home.
Yeah, it's a great strike against Campbelltown. That was a fantastic hit. Fantastic celebration too.
Yeah.
Love that celebration. So, yeah. Doing all good things, Ned.
Definitely a tough one in last season as well. He didn't play too much of the league season. He maybe played 1 or 2 before the finals series, and then after that he started every finals game in the grand final too, and he had a great performance in that too. Might have even got man of the match, I can't remember, but
yeah, he did. He actually did get man of the match. You are right.
But yeah, he
well deserved.
Didn't have too much of a run throughout the season, but obviously the coaches knew what he could produce when fit. And now doing that, he plays 90 minutes every week almost. So he's had a stronger start to this season. And you can really tell by his output at the moment. Here's Welsh looking behind for Conway. Muller hits the flashing there of the Jack Smith Park roof. Fortunately, it doesn't go over. We'll have to go chase that one, but still going in this first half. It seemed like a bit of a long one. Of course, the game's gone so frenetic that you might not know how long is left in the half, but I'm sure if those out on the pitch are very warm at the moment and are definitely keen to open the account of this game. Here's Trimboli. That one again, just about evades the roof. Ooh. Larson Thomas in between 2 white shirts there. Throwing behind, flicked on by Conway and wasn't alert to it, Blackwood. And now they'll come out with it out from the back with Welsh and Yates. Does well out of the danger, Yates. Again, free man on the left side, getting all the wing to himself at the moment. Abdullahi tries to take a pass, the experienced Klimek, but he shows him a slide tackle and also the composure to keep it off him after the press. Good win there by Sakonis. Now they're free again. Abdullahi's got to put the ball in. That's a good one. Touches down. Blackwood in his strike is too close to the keeper. And you know what they say after that one, Andon? He's got to put the sliders up. He's just got them all the way down and he's got no shot power.
Yeah, you could see what he was trying to do, but yeah, if he tried to go for power, he probably would have ended up at Emmanuel College. So actually, probably a player with Blackwood's quality would have probably ended up in the top corner. But
that's a better pass. Conway on the right is free, cuts it back. The free man, Abdullahi with a goal at his mercy, and he can't even find the target. And Donny, this is getting ridiculous now.
Yeah, you know, it's getting ridiculous when Stab's walking up the touchline and Amin's still sitting down. I can't believe it. I thought he would have gone a bit nuts by now. But yeah, I think Birkalla definitely should be 1-0 up.
The form that he was in last week, he couldn't do anything but find the net, Abdullahi, but on that occasion he probably had too much time to think about it, and he tried to put it too much in that top corner and he missed it completely.
Yeah, even Harry Ashworth turned around to me and just gone, oh.
You reckon he would have scored that, Andoni?
Yeah, I reckon he would have. He would have put a top corner, took his top off and started celebrating. Done a Mateta kick to the corner flag, for sure. You know, he's just a coach these days.
So again, Margush lives to see another day. Been very fortunate with the opportunities that have faced him too much. Haven't really troubled him, hasn't really had to try too hard to save it, but Abdullahi's got a bit of redeeming to do now. Here he is down the line. Nothing but white shirts ahead of him. Sakonis. Welsh. Matsumoto. Flicks in behind, looking for Klassen Thomas in the way that time. Mastran Tuoni. They just can't keep it at the moment, Croydon.
Yeah,
now they're sitting in.
I think Birkalla's showing their class now. They're starting to get a bit on top.
His style is getting pressed by Blackwood. As is Alexander Good. And now Styles. That's a better play. Martinello looks to switch it to Passia John in his touch. Couldn't get a touch on it. As we said, the ball skids on, and even sometimes when you're kicking it off, it's just got so much power on it. You don't put your body behind it. That's what happens. Abdullahi, he does well. No foul, says the referee. Klimek trying to take the sting out of it, you can tell, with his throw-ins going long into the box, looking for that flick. Deflected. Styles just puts it back in the mixer. And Harpers comes to claim with ease. Welsh. Looking long. Conway trying to deal with the pressure. And that flick is poor. Klassen Thomas into Conway. Looks to return the favour, and a couple of miscues there by Croydon. Almost handed it straight back. Now Croydon reverting back to that defensive formation. You can tell with their players behind the ball and not initiating a press. So with 15 minutes or so to the halftime break, trying to sit in and withstand the pressure of the goal that's almost inevitable at this moment. Trying to keep it on the deck now, as you can tell, the instructions there by Theo Sonis. The ball just bouncing a little bit unevenly on this deck, so they want to keep it on the deck and try and play their football. Here's Mastran Tuoni. To Good, that's a good ball as well. Never going to avoid that one, but ball top of the box. Styles slip in the middle of the park there. And there somehow is a foul off the ball. Thought he might have just tripped on the turf, but apparently not.
Yeah, a lot of players slip on this AstroTurf. I'm not sure if that's the actual pitch, or I'm not sure, because, yeah, like we were talking about before, it is not the greatest artificial pitch, but it feels like there's a lot more players slipping on here than what there is another artificial pitch in Adelaide.
Yeah, definitely noticeable. Only a couple of weeks ago I played here against Plimpton, and I hadn't played in here a long time, and probably a couple of years ago it was a bit fresher and didn't feel so different, but on it now after the consistent amount of training they do, all the teams that play on here, the women's, the juniors and everything, one main pitch here at West Torrens Birkalla. It's had a lot of use, and obviously they don't use the recommended raking and adding rubber every year as well, so it just gets worse and worse, and it's tough to play on, but I don't think your studs can actually grip it into anything when there's no depth to it. Here's Good driving into the box. Another foul top of the box. Referee can't see it. And now Birkalla will be on the break. They haven't got too many numbers forward. Abdullahi again. Looking for an option forward. He's got numbers streaming into the box, but he can't find an option. Big, strong challenge in the middle of the park. Yates there on Passia John. He'll do well to avoid a booking here. I guess it was a coming together, but it looks like the yellow card is out there. Didn't get any of the ball as the player went past him, and it was just a big knee-on-knee contact probably there with John and Yates. He does pick up the first booking of the day.
To be fair, it's been 35 minutes into the game, and I reckon that's probably one of the first fouls, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't remember Tommy having to do too much in this opening 35 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Yates, of course, coming back in the lineup this week. Not the way you want to start and hold your position for the next, but he's a very experienced player in this league and for this club too, so he'll know what to do to keep himself on the park, but put himself in a bit of danger with a couple of minutes to go till half-time. And as you said, Passio John looks like he's getting the ice spray there. I reckon it was a knee-on-knee contact. After all the pressure that the players have been dealing with this artificial pitch, just getting one on the knee is just not going to be nice going to the half-time break.
Nah, it's heavy on the knees as it already is, and copping one of them's probably not ideal, but hopefully it'll be all right.
Of course, one of those players to rock the low sock and low shin pads as well as Passio John. It looks like they're both pulled up as high as they can at the moment, so not taking any danger for the next challenge that comes his way.
Just an FYI, in other news, Stav will be happy to know that Jared Clark is watching the game in Vanuatu. He's been sending through messages, so he's definitely watching and not sipping pina coladas.
So he's got is it a qualifying game for?
I think it's a friendly, so he's not there for long. I think he only just misses this game, but I'm fairly sure he's playing tomorrow. And he might be playing Tuesday as well, then gets back Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So it's been a hard week without him, no coffees, so it's been a bit depressing, but that's all right. It's good reasoning.
See the last bit of pressure here on Margouche by Tyrese Conway. Looks like they do have two friendlies tomorrow. They're playing Fiji, and they have another game against Fiji on the 9th of June on Tuesday. So I assume he's playing in both, or maybe one of them. Get a bit of minutes in the legs, and it's not a bad way to have a trip as well when you get to play 90 minutes of football too. Of course, great weather over there, I'm sure. Christophilos with the throw.
Oof. Thought the ref was going to go blow a foul there. It's all over him.
Players play on, and now there's a ball launched unopposed into the box there. Here's Yates under the pressure of Cato. Another foul in the park goes his way that time. Just dwelling on the ball a little bit there, Ryan Yates. Couldn't find an option. Now Birkalla will get it under our way early. Christophilos with time. Welsh looking long again for Conway, sorry. Got a lot to chase there and just going to fall out. Flick on there by Trimboli, can't find a teammate. And now Styles passes it on as well. Klassen Thomas, top of the box. George Blackwood flicks it in behind to Conway. Does he stay on side? He doesn't. And his cross is too far over Abdullahi anyway, but getting a bit tricky in that box now. Maybe Blackwood would have been better to have the strike on his left.
Yeah, it was a very tight one. I think that was the right call. Last thing you would want for either one of these teams is to concede before going into halftime.
Don't really go too many halves down or down in games, specifically Birkalla. They were down last week against second bottom Adelaide Comets. And I was surprised, I'm sure. So this week, keeping a clean sheet in the half as to the current moment. Be a positive for the coach, Stav Galekis. Croydon has something more to say about it. Great pass there and almost picked off again. Pasio John, was he tackled high? The referee says no. He's down again, and maybe that same knee, and there's a late challenge there on Abdullahi as well. And now things are getting a bit heated. Looks like another booking is being pulled out here. I think it might be to Martinello, who's picked up that booking. And as we said, not too many fouls in this game so far, but right near the end it's getting a bit fiery, and a couple of late high challenges. Couldn't see much of that one as it was right in front of the bench here, unfortunately, but tackle on Abdullahi, and the one they were talking about was Pasio John and Christophilos. Thought it was a strong 50-50, top of the box as well. I mean, if you're in the Premier League, they don't even look at the VAR if it's not in the box, so they've played play on and got to Croydon a little bit there as they made a big challenge.
Yeah, I think it was play on. I don't think it was too. I think the boot maybe after they made the initial contact come up, but I don't think that's a foul at the end of the day. I don't think Croydon players were appealing for it, and yeah, they felt like they should have got a foul and retaliated in a way for Adam to get a yellow card. But well, he's been making those big tackles all game, and it's what you need from an experienced player like that. So
great flick there by Klassen Thomas. Matsumoto's the one in behind. Strong challenge again by Martinello, and that one is on the roof.
That's on the roof.
And they need a new ball, but strong challenges, as you say, from experienced midfielders in the middle of the park. Both got experience mixed with youth there, with Martinello and Styles as opposing Sakonis in the eights. So it's a good battle in the middle of the park, and it's a game you want to keep at your feet, because the longer it goes, the more you have to run in this hard pitch, and that one goes out for a goal kick. Again, probably see on the camera now, Pasio John has pulled that short sock all the way up to above his knee after he received a few challenges right on it. See how he emerges from the second half. Maybe he's got some long skins as well, and he covers them all up because he keeps getting hit. So a couple of minutes left of this first half. Unfortunately, no goals, but as we know, both these teams love a late show, and we're going to hope for that in the second half if nothing is forthcoming. Sakonis ahead of Klassen Thomas. He takes the touch. He tries to play Conway first time. And now Styles is just running it out. Does well to find the switch. Martinello. Klimek. John. Mapor does well under the pressure there of Abdullahi. And he's trying to get his body in front. He's the youngster. So he's done expertly well at Mapor. He probably didn't expect the pressure to be right on his corner. That's a good flick. Another good touch from Welsh as well. Comes all the way back to restart. Nice off there by Styles. George Blackwood just runs into the brick wall of Mapor there again. Another good defensive contribution from him. And now they switch it from good all the way, and just bounces ahead there of Harpus. But again, the long ball game is not on tonight. You can tell by the outcomes of both teams' attempts. Going central there, Vidmar. They'll get the seconds, and Sakonis will find Blackwood and Christophilos on this near side. Vidmar, another excellent spray there to Matsumoto. It's just carried a bit too much, but what a passing range he's got there. Just slicing across the ball and playing into the path there of his winger.
I think that's on our pitch at Frank Mitchell Park. That is going straight to Yowie, and he doesn't even have to move as much as he had to there. But yeah, fantastic ball by Kane, fantastic player. Distribution is quite excellent, to be fair. And yeah, that's what the A-League experience brings you, I guess.
Definitely, and got a bright future ahead of him in the NPL if he does stay here for a bit longer than one season. He, of course, came through NPL systems and NTCs as well. Back here at Birkalla. And he's got a confident coach and a great backline next to him as well to show all of his expertise. That's another great header ahead of the danger and keeps it for Birkalla. And he's one of the good performers of this half. Another spray looking for Matsumoto. This one will stay in the pitch. First time to Klassen Thomas. Top of the box. Drives inside, sliding into Margouche there, and the referee's going to pay the foul, and just did a bit too much there, Klassen Thomas. Had a couple on the top of the box calling for it. Tried the scoop turn into the box, and his touch on this pitch will always evade you. So we've just ticked into added time now, into the second minute. And with no indication from the referee speeding this up, I would hazard a guess that when this is in the air, he might call it, to be honest. Free kick with Margouche in his box. That ball goes long, and under it is both Welsh and Yates. Asking for a throw on the far side there and talking to a linesman, not on that side either. But it's a Croydon throw late in this game. And they'll have an opportunity for a long one. This definitely go up in arms if they are to concede something from this, because I don't think they deserve even heating possession. So throwing on the far stride, Mastrantone.
Gotta love Stav.
Pushing the back, no, says the referee on Martinello, stays down. They go long, and he'll call the half-time whistle. So 0-0 here in this round 13 clash between West Torrens, Birkalla and Croydon. No goals as of yet, plenty of chances. We'll join you in the second half for some more action. Don't go anywhere.
Yo guys, you seen this? It's coming.
What do you want about?
Bro, it's actually coming.
No way!
FSA World Champs.
You guys have been asking, we listened. The FSA World Champs is coming. This school holidays, we're bringing the world stage to Adelaide. Here's the breakdown. From 11s to 17s, and everyone in between. 10 players, 1 squad. Lock them in before someone else does. Sign up, get your country, and represent your nation. Nominations are open now, but don't sleep on it. Spots are limited.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hop in.
Where are we going?
There are so many career paths with SAPOL, from operations to CSI. You could walk the beat or work somewhere a little quieter. If you want to make a difference, there's a career at SAPOL for you.
Hey, it's gonna be all right.
Call up the search.
Find where you belong in blue. Search SAPOL Careers.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Stayed on side, looking to put it across. Deflected, and it's still alive. Turns Vidmar, and Dorigo now tries to shoot. Still going. Welsh puts the ball in. And there's the goal. Who else but George Blackwood? We can't get this goal scorer wrong. He's done it 10 times.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining, and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Back here underway for this second half. Been a substitution for the away side. James Polly has made his way onto the park in replacement of Thomas Mastrantone. So he's back from injury, back in his left back position, and it's another player that has a lot of experience in this league and one that had quite a few assists last year as well from left full back.
Yeah, he's a great player when he goes forward and gets balls into the box. So I think it's a very good, hopefully it is a very good substitution for Croydon, because the way they've been attacking this game's been pretty good. So they just need that extra break cross in the box.
Here's Matsumoto, top of the box. Klassen Thomas and Blackwood takes a stride into the box. George Blackwood looking to shoot across keeper, a back post. I think it was Abdullahi again. It might be. I think it is. I don't know if it was like the Choupo-Moting special, taking it off the line in front of your teammate from scoring, but what a chance for Birkalla, and somehow it stayed out yet again. I think it was Abdullahi too, so he scored 2 last week. Now it seems like he's missed 2 gilt-edged chances to put his side ahead in this game. Great start to this half, just a minute or 2 in, and a great overload again from Matsumoto on this right-hand side. You can tell that tactic is the way they like to play, especially this side more than the left. And he just keeps getting forward and forward. Here he is again, Matsumoto. Klassen Thomas, time to turn. Sakonis, good touch forward and a good pass forward too. Here's Blackwood on the edge of the box, cuts it back and blocked. Klassen Thomas, and a poor clearance.
I think the person that does the stats got a bit excited as well. They put Croydon King scored as well. So on Football 24.
They're obviously not watching the stream close enough, but big chance you would have expected him to score. Here's Klassen Thomas. More pressure down the right. Got the overlap now. Matsumoto tries to play the trickier pass, and Polly will get a sliding challenge in. Maybe a throw in, but James Polly under a lot of pressure in this second half as he's just come on 3 minutes in fresh for his game. And he's got some of the most informed players in the league. That time goes over his head. Conway. Matsumoto tries to take it down the line. Now he puts a cross in. Conway. Ball finds Blackwood. He can't turn, and good defending again. Sakonis. Klassen Thomas lets the ball roll in front of him. Now Abdullahi on that favoured wing where he was so hot last week. Tries to take it past his defender. And he's been defended out well there by Lukasz Klimek. Showing all his experience against the youngster. Tried to use his pace, but when you've got 400 games under your belt, you know how to deal with something like that.
Yeah, that's why he's one of the best. He shows it week in, week out. He is an absolute fantastic player to have in this league.
Bless you. Can you put the levels up a bit?
Yep. See how that sounds a bit better as we change a couple of our audio settings here. And that ball is just too far from Polly. Sakonis looking for the switch now. Christophilos lets it bounce over him. It's something you don't want to do on this pitch. He can't find the pass either to Abdullahi, and maybe got to learn a bit more about how to play this pitch. Of course, hasn't been in the starting 11 for most of this season. Preferred Nathan Anianto. Seeing him on the bench tonight. I saw him at half-time with trackies and a coffee, so I don't know if he's going to be making his way onto the park. He seems very, very settled there on the bench. I'm sure they probably have a nice warm rug there on their bench as well. So we'll see if he makes his way onto the park, but Christophilos is getting a chance to start tonight. and see what he can make in front of him. Cato, was he fouled off the ball? Referee says no. Classon Thomas just about used his body to get away from danger, and he is fouled by Martinello, who of course is on that yellow. Try to play quickly as he pulled back.
Might even be a tee that Sonny Unto's got, because you know the Birkalla boys love their teas in their pre-match preparation. I think in video analysis, every player brings in a biscuit and a cup of tea, so that's my analysis on Birkalla.
Good ball down the line to Classon Thomas. Shooted out there by Freddie Muller, but I don't think I saw him with the biscuit, so maybe no ratings this week. And maybe he's analysing his left-back opposition in Christophilos, who's making the start tonight. Give me a few tips on that left-back position. So it'll be a goal kick now for Daniel Margouche, under no pressure to kick it early.
Birkalla Ultras over there on the fence. Be a bit uncomfortable, when you think.
Yeah, especially I'm sure that medal is very cold as well. So I wouldn't want to sit on there. It looks like they're in shorts as well. So
yeah.
It's not something you want, but obviously they're ultras for a reason. They put themselves where people won't. There'll be another foul there in the back line for Birkalla.
It's only right if they score to go celebrate with them.
Yeah, hopefully they don't fall off there. I mean,
hope not.
Precarious position there next to the scoreboard, but here's Vidmar out from the back. Welsh centering ball. Find its way maybe to Passio John. Now good switch. Good. Touch is poor, and Sakonis strips him of it. Strong challenge. Sakonis again under the pressure. And we'll see a triple substitution here. So we had one at halftime, and now 5 minutes into the half, we're going to see a triple substitution for Croydon. They really want to see a change in this game, and George Sonis has done it with 3. Looks like it's Slattery, Bartkowski, and Oliver Trimboli to come on. And the players to make way is Good, Cato,
and Luca as well.
And Luca Trimboli. So all attacking changes, a winger and 2 strikers to come onto the park, and he's obviously very unhappy with what he's seeing out there, George Sonis, because giving them 5 minutes from the halftime whistle after they just come out of the break is definitely something to do as a coach.
Yeah, let's hope it pays dividends for him, because yeah, it's quite unusual. You don't see that every day of the week, but yeah, hopefully it works out for him.
Ball in behind. Looking for the free man. Was there a foul in the box? There was on George Blackwood, and we're going to see a penalty. How unfortunate. Right after you make the subs, a throw in, and then you concede a penalty. So Birkalla have the chance now to put themselves up in this game and compound the misery on Croydon and their manager. So very innocuous penalty there. I think the touch was from George Blackwood looking to play into the path of Conway. And maybe there was an errant slide challenge after that. So assuming his penalty responsibilities, Alan Welsh playing centre back tonight, but he's always in the goals one way or another, and he's very reliable from the spot. It's Welsh versus Margouche.
Stav can't watch. Oh no, he's watching now.
Alan Welsh steps over this penalty. And his experience pays off. A finish to the bottom left. And 1-0 up they go again in the second half, after scoring none in the first half as they did last week. Is it going to be a mirror of that game with 4 in the second half? We'll have to see. But for Croydon, it's a long way back now, making 3 subs after a half-time substitution too. 4 new players on the park to start this second half, and they've got the task to put them back in the game.
Yeah, there was no way this game was ending 0-0, even though it was a penalty. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I don't know.
Very innocuous, very definitely surprised us. I mean, didn't see too much of it. I have to watch it back on replay, but clearly the referee and the linesman on this near side had a great view of it, and they picked it. And now Birkalla have taken the lead and even playing in the back lines. Alan Welsh finds a way of scoring. That's an errant back pass from Polly. Welsh winning that header. Klassen Thomas. It's opening up now after that goal. As I said, I think one goal is going to turn it. Here's Abdullahi. Plays space to drive into. Touch is heavy and he tries to keep it alive. He's fouled Klimek there as he pulled his shirt. It'll be a Croydon bowl out from the back. So as we said in the first half, so many chances to score, and from a non-open play goal is the way they do it. Hopefully that will spark them into life and create some more attacking threat from both teams. And opening minutes in this middle of the park seems like those changes and some of the players trying to make a name for themselves in the starting 11 are really going to change the way this game ends.
Probably not the best start the front three players would have imagined to come onto. But I think it's up to them now to change the game in their favour.
Of course, this will be a massive result for Birkalla if they can keep it this way. They'll go 2 points clear of Metro with a game in hand. Metro, of course, that's against your Beergrad, so you could maybe help out some of your Birkalla friends by getting a win tomorrow or even a draw and preventing Metro from regaining a spot top of the league. That's a good ball in. Christophilos under the pressure of John. And he's too far wide. Is that another penalty shout? Maybe a bit soft there from John, and Abdullahi will come away with it. Finds Blackwood. He's looking for the ball in behind. Conway sprung the offside trap. Not much to play. Blackwood, top of the box. Touch is heavy. Meg's one. Can't do the same to Mapor as he gets in the way and stops the attack, but a very end-to-end game. It's like basketball. We've got the NBA Finals in a couple of weeks, and they're looking like they're putting a show on here too. Muller. Polly. And Paul under the pressure again. Plays it behind Muller. And now he can only go long. The pressure of Birkalla now is proving a big threat. Yates fouled from behind clearly by Bartkowski. Be very interesting for Croydon. Of course, they picked up a lot of points in the last couple of weeks, so they're not near the relegation zone with some of those other teams, Comets, West Adelaide, Campbelltown and Sturt. They're a couple of points, almost 10 points above Comets in second bottom at the moment, but for them, it could mean they'd be further and further away from the finals positions. Of course, if you guys win tomorrow, you're the next team closest to Croydon and create a bit of a gap there if possible. So Birkalla going to try and hold on to this, and for Comets and for Croydon, it might be the every second week curse. I said at the start of tonight's fixture, every second week they seem to be winning or losing. Last week they won, this week they might lose, and before that, loss against Metro, win against loss against Birkalla, against FK Beergrad, win against Campbelltown. So that's the form guide it goes on, and maybe it was something we expected tonight.
Yeah, it's like I mentioned at the start of the game. Yeah, when they're on, and when they're not, they're not. So I think tonight they've matched it with Birkalla quite well. So I think they've got a goal in them, and I don't think it's written off yet for them.
Christophilos, that's a very far ball that might not even stay in. Welsh is going to try, and he just kicks it over. Player down here in the middle of the box. I think it might be Polly. Looking like he's grabbing his head, but of course we said as well, one of their bogey teams, Croydon, are of Birkalla. As we said, 3 wins in 17 games since 2014. All of those wins, though, for Birkalla have come here at Jack Smith Park in the league. Those have last been 2025 Cup game, 2018 league game, and 2016 league game. So in the league, they haven't beaten them here for 8 years. Yeah. Of course, they have been in different divisions in between that time as well. But definite bogey team if there ever was one. So now we're looking like we're going to see the sub. And it only looks like it's one ready. It looks like it's Anianto. We'll see if it's that like for Christophilos.
Yep.
It is. So obviously he gets 60 minutes in this game and gets some ample minutes in his legs to give him a run, and he's been good as well. The left footer, of course, takes a lot of the set pieces, but back to their regular left full back now in Nathan Anianto. And now it's only one different in that back line with Welsh sitting back there instead of Clark. Goes straight down the tunnel as well for an early shower. Maybe he's too cold to stay out here on the bench.
Yeah, he's getting the showers warm for everyone else.
He's Slattery, one of those players who did well off the bench last week. Puts a cross far deep, tough for a keeper to deal with, but he does well again. Harpus, the captain here of Birkalla. Yes, Slattery came off the bench last week as well and got on the goal scoring sheet too. Mere minutes after he came on last week, he got that goal. Here's Margouche with a knee out.
I was just looking at that bounce. I don't think Margouche anticipated that bounce.
Very weird bounce with a bit of spin as well. I mean, he said in his own words, it's like a basketball court out there. I don't know how it's going to bounce and how it's going to react back into my hands, but he alert to the danger and read that well. Long throw in now, Matsumoto looking for that front contact. Conway, he does get it inadvertently, and Klassen Thomas is shielded out from having a strike. Yates, Sakonis. Fortunate back to Yates. Klassen Thomas looking for the pass. Sakonis will find the free man. Blackwood, Abdullahi, space to shoot on left foot. And a good save from Margouche there. It was on his left foot, not his right this week, but on target. And that's an improvement there from Abdullahi in this game. Great save down to his right there. Margouche had to be alert, and I'm sure he's reeling after hitting the deck in that one. Very tough one to land on, so he's warm now and alert to the danger of set pieces from Birkalla. Looks like there's two over there, maybe a short option being readied. Yates goes near post. Headed away from the Croydon defender. Gets a second opportunity now. On his left foot, Yates. That's a better delivery. One in the air by Croydon. Conway hasn't got much place to go. Goes to the touchline, puts a cut back across. Sliding challenge there, I think might have been Anianto it was Blackwood, sorry, in the box. Foul just ahead of the penalty spot. Settling down in this game now after that frenetic period at the start of the second half. Taking the sting out of it as well. Margouche trying to get his team back in this game and turn it into a contest in the air maybe. They've got some more targets in Trimboli and Bartkowski battling out there. Was Trimboli, they'll take it with Slattery now. Trying to race down the line. Doesn't keep that one in though as the linesman on this near side has got the flag up early. A good show of the pace there by the young Oscar Slattery. Goes short. Klassen Thomas. Matsumoto, great pass there. Sakonis spins, finds a free option. What a ball there from the midfielder. Good touch as well. Abdullahi. This is the moments he thrives on. Abdullahi has the strike and wasn't deflected, it seems. He mustn't have caught it right. And that time it's off target. But you can tell the quality of Abdullahi in those situations. He's had 3 or 4 opportunities on goals in this game so far. And after last week's performance, he's just oozing with quality.
I think if he had found Blackwood there, that might have been 2-0. I think, as every winger should, once they get an opportunity to take the shot, but if he maybe looked up, a better option was probably Blackwood at the end of the day, but That's right, another shot, and hopefully he's getting closer to another goal.
Poor back header there by Barkowski allows it to be another Birkalla throw in. Looking for some movement, Anianto. Abdullahi will keep it. Now he's pressured out of it by Klimek. Vidmar, good touchdown. Welsh, bit of skill to flick it over his head. Conway comes off the front marker. Almost deflected in his path. Polly into Styles' path. Puts it into the channel, but no one there to contest. Oliver Trimboli now with the pressure from Sakonis. Styles. Muller to Margouche. Just gets under that one and
what a ball.
Finds the free man there, and Klimek, good touch as well to bring it down. Trimboli looking over the top. An invertent control there, Passia John. Into the path. I think the push was there from Barkowski, and on Anianto redeems himself after that. Scorpion kick clearance was in the path of a Croydon player. Now it's Birkalla's turn to slow things down here from this set piece, and gives us time to have a look at some of the scores around the grounds as well. Into the 90th minute there at Adelaide City Park. Still 4-1 up over Sturt Lions. Goals now 2 for Costanzo, 1 for Brissan and 1 for Kasumovic. Elsewhere in State League 1, it's 2-0 to Fulham United over Modbury Jets away at Smith Partners Stadium. We might go back to the game here. Abdullahi on the far left. He puts a cross in, and Polly's clearance to find Martinello. Other scores, Eastern United 1-0 up over the Cove. Bit of a bottom versus top situation there, where Eastern are taking the chocolates at the moment. Fulham United a massive win if they can get that away at Modbury Jets. Goals to Francesco Pangallo and Luke Fusco as well. Seems to be in the goals every week for Fulham United. And that will put them on equal points with Modbury. I mean, as we said, how tight that league was. Modbury have got a game in hand, and so do Adelaide Atletico. But now it'll be 3 teams on the top of the State League 1 with 23 points going into the games tomorrow.
Yeah, Modbury went first, I think, 10 games undefeated, and now they've lost 3 in a row. So just shows how strong that league is. And how many teams can get promoted, can get relegated. But yeah, it's just who's best on their day, I guess.
That's correct. And tonight, Birkalla seems to be one of the better teams in this league and doing well in a tough game against Croydon. Here's Polly on the left side. Space to find a pass. A clearance there from Sakonis. And the second time was much better as they defended out Passia John. Here's Styles. They only play backwards, it seems. There's a couple of players at the far post who are looking for the ball. Klimek. Now all the way back with the Croydon defence. Muller. Much better bit of possession here from Croydon. The midfielders getting on the ball. Slattery. Space to run into as well. Asking for the ball to be in. It's a good ball as well. Can't claim it, Harpers. Wasn't fouled, he says as well, says the referee. Klimek tries to put the delivery, but the work right there. Young Abdullah, he's stopping the cross, and looks like he might have got injured in that as well. And he put his body on the line there to stop a good attack there for Croydon. They had about a minute or two of possession where Birkalla couldn't touch it. And maybe that's sense for Stav Galekis to go to his bench, as he did last week. Maybe find another super sub who can finish off the game. Long throw in the box. All the way into the hands of Harpers. But last week, of course, it wasn't just Zakari Abdullahi with the goals off the bench. Brody Everett was the youngster that got them in the lead, scoring his first league goal of the season after scoring a couple in the cup, which were heroic moments. So if he's the next one to bring onto the park, he might be another one to create some magic. We're looking like he has instructed someone to come in. We'll see who that is, but on the left side at the moment, it's still Blackwood. And can't get the corner. Of course, one of those players who dropped to the bench this week, Johnny DeRigo, who started after a couple of weeks out last week. Didn't keep his starting possession this week. Good turn there by Muller, just evading the pressure. Trimboli just goes long to Passia John. Good header there by Welsh. He was the only one going forward, Passia John, that moment. Klimek. Barkowski. Good turn there by Barkowski, looking to the far side. Slattery is onside and free. 1v1 with Matsumoto. Takes him down the line, puts a ball in, they'll get a corner. Croydon, this is much better. Those subs are coming to fruition now. You're seeing more of Slattery and more of Barkowski as well, and Trimboli as well, getting his body behind the ball to hold it up.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better now, Croydon. I think they've got some tall timber at the back and up front now, so I reckon it's a good opportunity for them to score.
Ball into the box, Martinelli near post. There is someone on the ground in the middle of the box.
Oh,
Abdullahi, that's a strong challenge, and the referee says nothing doing, and he's felt that one, I reckon, Abdullahi.
Yeah, he would have felt that one for sure.
Paul is getting forward now and trying to put a ball in. They're going to get a corner on the far side now, but Abdullahi is still down here looking for some treatment. And Margouche is in a couple of words maybe. Not sure if they're an encouragement or not, but
That's the same as the yellow card. You were crying before when he did. Oh, you're playing, yeah, I know you're playing soft, man. That's your play. Did he get the ball? Did he get the ball? No ball. It's like a foul, man. You know that. How did he not say it is? No ball there, man. Oh, the first half is
just
okay,
letting this
though.
one play out. I'm sure you can hear it back home as well.
Absolutely love it.
Well, the first half's okay.
Just how good is local football?
It's great, especially when you're right in the midst of it here. I mean, not often you get to see the crowd right behind the benches like this. And on the same side as the fourth official as well. But no foul there, and I think we're going to wait a couple of minutes before play gets restarted here as Abdullahi takes a bit of it out to get some attention. Looks like that sub might be ready, and I think, unfortunately for Abdullahi, due to his injury, they're just going to take no precautions and take him off. And it's going to be Jonathan DeRigo to come on.
I think he's had a bit of an interesting last few months, Johnny DeRigo. I think he actually quit, went to play amateurs, and then decided it wasn't for him and come back to Burke. So good on him for sticking it out and coming back, and might be off to the Oz Championships as it looks.
Yeah, very, very good player as well. He had the first year that came back up into the NPL. He had a great start, and I think he did his ACL. So it must have been tough to come back and then not know if you're going to have your starting or your position in the team once all the signings come back and new players in the off season too. But obviously he made his start last week, and he's the one ready to come on now. So Abdullahi makes way, and Jonathan DeRigo comes on in his place. Good performance from Abdullahi. Unfortunately, couldn't get his goal tonight. Had countless opportunities to get it, but now up to DeRigo maybe to be the super sub this week and earn his place back in the starting 11.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be hard when you're coming up against Klimek. Probably one of the best fullbacks in the league for over a decade now, so it's very hard for him.
Styles with the delivery near post, flicked on by Martinello, and they'll get another opportunity as it looks like it's come off Conway on the way through. I think it'll go off if they can score this corner as well. Here's Styles. Better delivery. Again near post. Harpus was there and Dorigo clears. Gets his team up the park. They might try and keep this in, actually. Take the early throw and keep their players forward. Margouche. Styles. Klimek. Mapolo stayed up. Klimek in the middle of the park. Looking for the ball, and another experienced stalwart comes out at him in Welsh. Couldn't keep it in there on that side. Conway. Martinello to Polly. Polly under the pressure. Weston Thomas just about does well to keep it. Looking long, Welsh is there with his head. Blackwood tries to juggle it out of the pressure, and Barkowski to keep it for Croydon. So they're rolling back into this game, Croydon. The Birkalla had countless opportunities to finish this game off early. Seems like Croydon might have the last laugh here, as they're the ones pushing for an equaliser instead.
Yeah, I think there's definitely another goal. I just had a look at the scoreboard. 76th minute, I reckon there's definitely another 1 or 2 goals in this. I don't think he'll end 1-0.
Good flick from Slattery, using his pace to expert. And it's bounced ahead of Harpus there. Was there a foul? No foul. Goal kick, actually. But Passia John, I thought, might have got his foot to the ball ahead of the keeper. But unfortunately enough for him, he found the side netting, not the back of the netting. So a chance goes begging for Croydon, but the pace of Slattery since he's come on has been electric.
Yeah, he is an electric player, to be fair. He's very good on that wing. So he's been causing Birkalla a bit of problems as of recent. I'll go back to my last comment about another 1 or 2 goals in this. Just realised that Birkalla do have Alan Welsh as centre-back, so it's going to be quite difficult for Croydon to find the equaliser, but they went pretty close there.
I think it will be out on the wings where they're finding their joy. I mean, they've got the fresh wingers of Barkowski and Slattery, and maybe that's why they brought Anianto on to deal with that, having a fresh fullback on as well. Matsumoto will take that off the coach there, Sonus. They'll just try and go long. Dorigo battling there with Muller. Polly down the line. Passia John, he's broken the offside trap. Numbers in the box, looking for a cutback. Passia John drives instead. And maybe that was the wrong option, as he's out-muscled there by Vidmar. And Birkalla will go on the attack now. Big chance there for Croydon, though. Conway, loose pass. He's getting tired out there as well. Barkowski, Martinello and Styles. And very weird pass there from Styles behind his captain Klimek there, and just loses all the momentum of the attack and slows things down for Birkalla. Just what they want.
Yeah, I think Croydon are starting to get on top now. But Birkalla have obviously been very defensively solid, like they have been all year. So, yeah, like I said before, it's going to be a big challenge to get an equaliser. But I don't know. I reckon there might be a goal in it. Maybe not 2. I'll take that back, but maybe 1.
Yeah, the late special. Both these teams, of course, in that championship, it was Croydon's, but in the league season so far, it seems to be all Birkalla who get those late goals. And my co-commentator last week said that this end of Birkalla, where they're shooting to now, is like the cop. It just sucks all the balls in, and all their goals come in that half. Again tonight, it was a penalty, but still found the back of the net. So we'll see if that can pay dividends for another week. But at the moment, it's all Croydon, and all their players are in the box. 4 of them at the top of the box now, looking for this. They're going long. 1 in the air by Welsh. Slattery can only go backwards, but he's got those players in the box still asking for it. Muller does well under the pressure. He's done well tonight, centre back. First time I've seen him there, but he's been very good. Great turn there. Trimboli finds Barkowski with a bit of room to find a cutback. Caught in two minds there, the winger. Maybe a shot come cross.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross, to be honest.
But all those front four attackers, I mean, Passia John's the only one who stayed on after that mass substitution, but all of them at the moment are showing their coach why they maybe deserve to start next week, and they might get him back in this game and provide a memorable moment for him. 10 minutes to go now, into the 80th minute mark. Be very surprised if we don't see an open play goal. I mean, after all the attack and chances both teams have created, be very disappointed if I come out of here not watching an open play goal that you might see on the goal of the week. So, hoping for something. Here's Dorigo. Beaten to it by Mapor.
The brick wall. Just trying to think of who my man of the match would be tonight. I think there's been a few. Been good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it as well. I mean, Blackwood's been everywhere, but hasn't scored a goal. Welsh has got to be up there. I mean, he not only scored that penalty, but defensively he's been superb. And at the moment, his aerial contributions are what's taken him towards 3 points once again. We'll see if there's maybe one final say in this game that can take all the votes away from him. I mean, Abdullahi had to get my 3 votes last week, even though he came off the bench. He scored 2 and got an assist, so he had to take all 3. Great pressure there from Dorigo on Muller. He's the other centre-back I thought was one of the better ones today as well. I mean, Mapor has been great. By seeing a youngster for the first time who's maybe not a natural centre-back, play at the back from there under all that pressure as well and do so well with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult, to be honest.
There he is again, Muller. Into Dorigo, and Mapor that time is in the way. And Ianto gets under it. Maybe pulls a little bit of the shirt there of Barkowski. Gets tight to defend him. Gets spun.
Well done.
Finds the pass in the middle of the park. And now Birkalla can clear. They've got numbers forward, but the touch is backward. And Ianto dwells on the ball. Hands it to Passia John with space to find Trimboli on this side, using his body, but Welsh in the way again. And he's fouled, mate. He is. What a game, Alan Welsh. I think that's got all the fans here at both sides clapping. And you don't win 3 melters from each point of the midfield defence and attack for no reason. See the late 2 subs in here now. Everett and Ibrahim are going to come on for Birkalla to run out this last 10 minutes. And it's 2 attackers to come off as well. Tyrese Conway and Klassen Thomas. Unfortunately for both of those tonight, couldn't add to their 1 league goal this season. But they've still got the trust in their manager every week to start in this attack for Birkalla. It's got goals from everywhere. So Everett comes onto the park after being a hero last week and in the cup previously. And Ibrahim, who's played so much in this league and has had a lot of contributions off the bench, is now looking to try and do something late in this game to maybe provide some extra minutes in the next couple of weeks. Of course, they've got a massive cup game coming next Wednesday.
Yes, the 17th of June.
So not the Wednesday coming, the next one after that. Against, of course, your team, FK Beograd.
Yep, it's going to be a massive one. Round of 32 on the line. So, it's got nothing better to do. Come out, support local football.
Got one right in the unmentionables there, Martinello, but the attack is still going for Croydon. Missed it though, and so did Matsumoto. But of course, Welsh comes away with it. Maybe Passia John left one late there on Matsumoto, but of course, second time lucky for you guys. Another chance at the round of 32. Of course, this one is not as memorable as a derby, but it's just as hard of an opponent. A league-leading Birkalla side who had so many years and so many tough battles with them in the State League, and now you're both there in the NPL battling near the top of the table. So it'll be another great game to watch, and I'm sure I'll try and tune into it.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to both clubs. They're playing in the State League 2021 Grand Final, and now we've both got a chance to go to national stage. Ooh.
Another live here, and Dorigo, Ibrahim. They can't find the final one again, but again it was, I think, Everett who put the ball across. And they just can't finish him off at the moment, Birkalla. Croydon still alive in this game. Can they find the unthinkable equaliser? Ball in behind from John. Alan Welsh, every time he touches it, he gets a clap at the moment. Doing so well in that park, and now he's got to have a long throw to deal with. John. Klimek looking to put the ball in. All their players are central and looking for a delivery. Holly. Poor pass. Ibrahim, that ball bounces ahead of him. He does well. He's got 3 men on the left here. If he can find him, Blackwood, one more maybe. He's got the one more. It's Brodie Everett, the youngster. Can he finish it off? Past the far post. And everybody was up here. Must be a very popular youngster there, Brodie Everett. Of course, scored last week, and those cup goals are never going to be forgotten, but to finish it off here, he would have been celebrated again after last week. Here he is on the left. Blackwood will turn and find Sakonis. Yates. Blackwood to Everett again. The winger. Puts across to the far post. Margouche is there to easily claim. Couple of minutes to go in this game. What do you think the tactics are for Croydon and the differing ones for Birkalla and Donny?
Well, as we saw before, Croydon did have 4 or 5 up front and just the 3 at the back. But I don't know. I think this is a Bowls territory to just go forward now and not come back. So I reckon that's a tactic. But yeah, Birkalla the last 5 or so minutes have held their own. And to be fair, they've held their own all game. But yeah, this is where they need to be defensively solid. For leaders like Welsh to step up, and he has all game and all season, to be fair, and all throughout his career.
Yeah, not a lot of clean sheets in the NPL, but for a defence like Croydon, it'll taste like 3 points again if they can do that. And maybe Jared Clark's got some difficulty coming back into this team.
Yeah, I think so. If they got the likes of Welsh playing centre back and Vidmar as well, actually, and I think Lacornu's on his way back, I'm hearing as well. So it's not going to be easy, but that's the pleasures of playing in a great team like Birkalla. Yeah, spots never solidified, and you always got to be up for a challenge.
So with a couple of minutes left, it looks like Birkalla are going to break their hoodoo against this Croydon team. I'm sure a lot of these players have not even celebrated a win against them in their careers, so this one will taste very sweet. A turnover here. Ibrahim got 3 on the left to aim for. Everett is the one on the far side if he can find him. Still at his feet. Now finds the youngster. Brodie Everett. Does he put a delivery? Far post. Bartkowski's there. And so is Martinello. Sakonis. Martinello beats him to the ball. And the Anto finds the pass, but it's too heavy for Johnny Dorigo. Maybe a goal kick. As we said, over 8 years since they last tasted league victory over the Croydon FC Football Club. After 4 games in a row without a win. But they're going to break it tonight. Croydon. Bartkowski on the far right looking to put a delivery in. And it looks like coaches are all sending everybody forward. Mapaw's in the box. Klimek's got to add his hands, and all but one looks like they're looking to get this contact. There's got to be someone at the far post to tap it in. Welsh is there with the first clearing header. Muller can't get it under his control. Floats one in. Matsumoto, I think we'll just let this out. Not a good delivery into the box, either the throw in or the cross. Sure, there'll be a fair bit of added time in this game, of course, with Abdullahi's injury and a couple of other stoppages for bookings. Goal, of course, in this half as well, so we might see some for that. Central ball right into Mapole, and Sakonis. Perfectly weighted ball ahead of Blackwood, but read it well was Margouche. Under the pressure now of Blackwood. I'm not sure if he knew he was behind him. Yates does well with his second interception. Great little back heel, Martinello. Sets forward the attack, but Slattery not on his toes, lets that one go. Good switch there. Not sure if he meant it, but Everett is now on the far left with space to drive into. Numbers arriving in the far post. Takes it past Klimek. Clear foul, and maybe a booking too. Top of the box there, just outside. And the youngster finally got the better of Klimek there, and it took him a couple of minutes. But he's warming into this game, Everett.
Took to the 90th minute for Klimek to get beat tonight. So I think that's a pretty good effort.
Against two youngsters, and they've had to swap one onto him as well. He's done well, but now Blackwood. Maybe shooting range. Very wide, but I would say you aim to shoot from here, and maybe just someone at the back post to follow in if it bobbles out. Seen some great goals in this league. This is a difficult angle to get it. Blackwood goes far post, and it was dipping. Probably a better angle from his looking than from ours, but Margouche, we want to get this underway quickly now. No slowing down from these goal kicks. Poor goal kick. Just about gets the second, and so does Trimboli. Vidmar looks for the switch.
I don't know if he meant that.
Styles, a long ball into the arms of Harpus. Launches left, and that one is never going to be controlled, I don't think, with the pace that was on. And Klimek will take the throw in. Into the 3rd minute added time now. Can they hold on, Birkalla, and shoot themselves back to the top of the league with a clean sheet to boot? Freddie Muller. Launching a late one into the box, over the head of Welsh for the first time tonight. Maybe it was all on purpose as his keeper comes to claim from behind. No one will be happier than him to keep a clean sheet tonight. Nicholas Harpus. Mapole. Styles.
Don't seem to lose at home.
Vidmar, good header. No offside claim. Passio John right into his neck. Tough to control there. Yates has got to deal with him now. Good pass as well. And Ibrahim keeps the ball ticking as well. Sakonis, another excellent switch to Everett. Taking on the man with the booking. Klimek. And now he's getting the shouts to go to the corner. Blackwood. Sakonis. Ibrahim. Maybe going 1v1. Got a lot to deal with though. Got Matsumoto, puts it across the box. Blackwood was there maybe for the tap in. And somehow I think it's gone all the way for a throw in. Great chance though. And now the coaching staff of Birkalla are telling him to keep it in the corner. Couple of minutes, can't be long left in this game. Good from Dorigo there. Clears it into the transportable classrooms over there too. There won't be long left in this game for Croydon to try and get.
I think he copped one too.
Maybe he landed somewhere. Physio's come on, but looks like he's been all right to play, so she's had to go off. 6 minutes of time added on, I think is what Stav was showing this way to the president there, Amin Ayubi. So there'll be a couple of minutes left in this one. Clearance there by Anianto. Yates tries to flick it forward. Blackwood under the pressure. Styles does well to keep his body in front. Mapor leaves it for his goalkeeper. Everybody surges forward.
If they're going to score, they've got to do it now.
Martinello launches a wobbler into the box. Who's there but Welsh? Muller over the top, and I think it was Polly actually. Couldn't aim his header into the right direction. Matsumoto looking long. Good flick there by Blackwood. No foul, says the referee. That one will be, though, from Dorigo. Cole gives him a... Mapor gives him a shove to the right as well, and Klimek tells him to get up. Again, leaving for the goalkeeper, looking to launch long. They haven't got long left. Into the 6th minute now. This should be the final minute of added time. The allotment is at its minimum. Margouche launching long.
There.
You could see it from a mile away. Martinello far post, nothing doing. And that ball's gone as well. A couple of players, I think that might be Yates down. Looking for some medical attention. Coach telling him to get up, and there's going to be a booking here for Oliver Trimboli, maybe.
Bowl or Ollie? Oh, maybe Ollie.
Looks like he was complaining maybe to the referee about the time that's being added, and maybe the time being taken out of it by Yates, but his coach definitely doesn't want him to get off the park. He said to just get up to finish the game. This should be in the 6th minute now, into the 7th just about. If they can put this in a corner, I think that'll be that. So, unfortunately, probably not the most exciting game to watch, but it's a hard-fought win, and that's what you have to do if you're winning leagues and staying top of the table. It's a flick on from Dorigo just into the throw-in, and I think Galekis there indicating to the referee it's about time now. Can't be long left. He's had a look at his watch. They can keep it up here. That'll be full time, and it is a 1-0 win to the home side, and they march on back to the top of the league. Undefeated at home, that streak continues, and of course, they've got a lot of teams watching them back at home as well, looking to see that gap emerge, and they've done it again. A late penalty in this game to Alan Welsh has been all that's decided it between these two. Croydon back on their 50-50 win-loss draw. They've fallen to another defeat here and have yet to claim some distance on that top 6. For Birkalla, another week back to their winning form after losing a couple of weeks ago. They're in some sparkling form coming into the cup and a couple of games after that. It's been a pleasure to be joined by you, Andoni. How did you enjoy the night?
I thought it was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't too cold up here. The first half was very good. Second half, yeah, it was a bit sloppy, but that's what you're going to get on these cold nights. And it was a pleasure doing this with you. Thank you, and all the best for your trip to America for the World Cup.
Yeah, it'd be great. Thank you for joining me as well. I'll go and watch you out tomorrow as well, and we'll watch the rest of the games around this league as well. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you tune into the rest. Thank you, and good night.
I said,